I went out with this guy for a whole year, all thinking I was in love and stuff. And then, he kept pressuring me to do something. And finally I was like, okay, so I do what, you do what every girl does whenever you're preparing to do stuff for the first time. You go and talk to your hoe friends, to find out, what it's about,
You mean like fucking?
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking.
So...
Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. First, like, subscribe, all that good shit. Today we got two lovely people. Would y'all like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Z.
I'm lyrical.
Oh.
If you couldn't hear him, I'm pretty sure you could hear him.
Lyrical.
So, let's just, obvious question.
How's your day?
What's with the suit?
Well, earlier today was, I don't know. I guess you could say it's a little more bearable right now.
That's very true.
But, what's with the suit, Z? Would you like to...
Okay, so we decided to go out the other day for a little more important reason. Not just, an adorable bear. But I go to church, and I was listening to our pastor when she was preaching, and she talked about how negative things have been lately in the world and whatnot, suicides and stuff like that. And she's like, we need to learn to, share love with each other, not just negativity. So we got the bear suit and decided that we were going to do that. So Lyrical and I had signs that said, free bear hugs, we love you, and you matter. And guys, we love to share this with everybody because Lyrical and I have both dealt with depression, anxiety, so many things, suicidal attempts, and it meant a lot to us to, do this to make people feel better. So we told everyone, come out, take pictures with us.
Show love.
Show love.
I got a question. So, you say you've dealt with those kind of sticky situations.
Mm-hmm.
What is one thing in particular that has allowed you to cope with it, but in a positive aspect?
I think comedy, the fact that me and Lyrical love making people laugh, it helps us, even when we're feeling like shit,
Right.
we just want to make other people feel good about themselves.
Okay.
So when we see people, dealing with stuff like that, and we know, they're getting kind of low, we try to be there. We try to talk with them or make them laugh. That's our thing. It's hard for me to express, my feelings and whatnot, but making people laugh is what we both share.
Okay, speaking of making people laugh, yeah, this bear suit's getting a little too much.
I told
It's
you.
now unbearable.
It's all
Let me-
good.
let me
We'll,
get
we'll let him put it to the side.
All right. Give me 1 month, please.
We've never had someone change on the podcast yet. You can change in front of the camera. It don't matter.
I'm not we're trying
Can
to
you
get
reach
that
it?
sexy.
Oh.
I mean, it's cool. We
Oh,
we
jeez.
do the censor. We demonetize our videos just because it's little kids can't always watch what we're saying,
Right.
so we're okay with
So
that.
do you censor it, or do you are we allowed to curse?
You're allowed to curse. You're allowed to do as you
Okay.
please. I mean, we don't care. Like
Only
I
word you
said,
can't say is...
there's really no
There's
word
no
you
words you
can't.
can't say, bro.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can say. We've talked about it all.
All right.
I've been
Wow.
trying so hard not to cuss.
No,
That's a
feel
go-to.
free. Just
No. I mean,
Oh,
me
in
in
life?
general, yes, because
yeah, me too.
I did start going to church.
Hey, me too.
So I'm really trying not to cuss because at the beginning, my pastor would just shake her head at me and I thought I was doing pretty good, and then I would be like, oh God, and I was like, oh, and I'd catch myself, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, just regular, damn it, and I'm just trying
Hey,
to...
small steps, small
Yeah.
steps.
Right. I've noticed exactly how much I curse too because I've been showing my grandma snaps, and I'm like, I want
You
to
show your
see.
grandma the.
Well, see, yeah, I've shown her some, not all of them. of
Bro,
course.
there's some where you're like, I was fucking this chick. It's like, damn, bro.
Yeah, see, I don't show her those ones, but I'll just show her like, you
We
know,
were
like,
just talking about
like a
that.
regular like awkward moment, and I'll be like, oh my god, I say fuck a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fucking this and fucking that. I'm like, oh jeez. I'm like showing her, and I'm like, oh grandma, I'm sorry.
I 100% understand. Because since I've tried to stop, I notice when I do it a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be like,
See,
I just went off.
I will see.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice at the beginning. Like, I get a couple at work. I go on merchandise sometimes at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a manager, and he told me something, and I started talking. I didn't even notice that I cussed, and he's like, "Hey, you need to calm down." And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Why? What did
exactly.
I say?" And he's like, "You just said the F word like 4 times in one sentence." And I was like, "When?" I didn't even notice that I was
Dang,
doing it. I was
just
like, "Oh,
going
that's
hard."
awful."
I straight up don't know. Like I was unaware until I was showing my grandma, and I realized like until that moment, because at work and like other situations where you know you gotta be a bit more professional, I just switch it off. Like I have these modes where I can just switch to super professional
I don't
and
have
speak
that.
eloquently. And,
I am the
Nicely,
same
and
way.
then-
When I need to be professional, I can just shut it
yeah,
off.
right. But like I just never realized how I normally talk, and I'm like, when
I
I'm
want to be
uncomfortable-
professional all the time.
Yeah.
See, me too. And I want to
Like no.
not sound so vulgar. Because people
Yes.
tell me, like, that's not girly. Like, dude, you sound like a dude talking. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I can't girl
I don't know
sometimes.
about that. That part
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I say fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck.
I do too, but it's like since I've tried to stop, and when I do curse, it's like
I know when I'm
not-
cussing.
Yeah, now
that's-
you
oh my
catch
God.
yourself.
It's like come on, man, you know better words than that.
I noticed.
I know.
I have to re-record, like,
Yeah.
most of my Snapchat videos because I'm like, I said like 4 words that were regular words and the rest of it was just cussing, and I'm like,
Oh,
now I have to.
expletives.
now I have
An
to-
entire
now I have
song.
to-
Censor.
Expletives. No. My brother, my brother Jonathan, he is with this girl, and she's really really nice and sweet and proper, right? Like,
Okay.
but I mean, she's got her wild side too, but like it's not like she's holier than thou, but she just speaks professionally for the most part.
Okay.
And I was talking to my brother. I was like, "So what are you gonna do today?" "Oh, well, we gotta go and meet up with this bitch here in a minute."
She's
And then
gonna
you
watch
hear her,
this?
you hear, yeah, they're probably gonna watch it. And then he's like, no, he's not talking about her.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it
Straight
was.
girlfriend was like,
You gonna meet this bitch?
No, I'm pretty sure he knows better than say that. But
That's funny.
no, she was there, and he was
Okay.
talking about they had to go meet up with some other bitch.
Okay. Okay.
And she's not a bitch, just saying. Just what I say. No, but
no, just keep going. though. You ready to go?
so
Put it out there,
no,
man.
I'll get in trouble later. So
Grandma, close your ears.
yeah, oh my god. So Angelia, that's her name. She overhears him, and I hear her in the background. She's like, "Oh my god, you've been talking to your brother too much. Like, you sound like him. Can she not just be a girl? Isn't she just like?" He doesn't say that we have to talk. We got to meet up with this girl. No. I'm like, ooh, like people like talk to me too much. Like my cousin Alan before, he was more proper. Now he's starting to talk like me, like especially to me. I'm like, I hear
It's
certain
just
things,
it's a habit that when you hang out with somebody,
Yes.
especially like couples, like when they get together after a while, they're like each other.
Yeah.
It's like they
I
have
see.
like certain habits.
you
of-
pick up like their mannerisms.
Yes,
and
or
they
the-
kind of rub off on you.
Yes.
You just kind of absorb a bit of them.
They
You
need
know
to
what?
stop doing that shit.
I didn't start cussing so much until I worked at Leprino.
Why?
Because
Oh.
the people are there make you want to cuss the whole entire time.
Either
And-
they're causing you to cuss by like doing shit that pisses you off, be like, "You motherfucker, you worthless piece of shit," or they're straight up talking like that. Everybody, fucking motherfucking.
I know I never really cursed at work until more recently that I'm trying to stop because everybody just is letting it go lately. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening that I don't know? Because all y'all are pissed off all the time. For real.
Well, see,
It's just,
There's
Yeah.
so much to be happy for, and you guys are mad than shit.
that's
You got
exactly
me
how.
cussing.
That's how Leprino was before.
Oh my
whenever
God.
before I started working there in my department, like it would bring me down. I'm like, these fucking people. I'm like, you're so bummy and like miserable. Like, you're making me miserable. Like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, so I would sing to myself and dance like I would do sanitation. You don't have to worry about nobody. You're in a factory, you know? So I'd be like washing stuff down and I'd be dancing. What was the song? See you riding around town with the girl I love. And I'm like, fuck you. And like loud as fuck too, you know? As loud as I possibly can at the top of my lungs. And everybody's like tripping, like looking at me. And at first, like, a lot of people get pissed off and like annoyed. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, why does he have to sing and dance all the time? Just do your job. I am. Why not both? You know
See,
what I mean?
but to
Like,
me, those
Why not both?
people have something going on. They have their own insecurities.
exactly.
Because you're able to express yourself in a way they probably never could express themselves.
Yeah,
Feels
and
bad,
Some people too, they bring their problems to work, and I
Right.
hate that. Like, okay, when I would go to work, I'd have so much going on, and sometimes people would hear what was going on in my life or something, and some people would be like, you wouldn't even be able to tell that you're going through all that stuff, just, like, by how you act. Because I was always like, well, people are gonna laugh at this now, but at the beginning, I was very nice to everyone and like got along with pretty much everyone there. Like, the Mexican people that I worked with were so awesome. Like, they all worked really good together. Everybody worked, and then we started getting people like around our
Worthless.
age. We started getting people around our age, and they were the people that didn't want to work, that were lazy, that I would get mad at, and I had to transfer to a different a different department because I couldn't handle it anymore. I get so angered by, like, I don't like lazy people.
No.
Like,
And that's, we touched on that a little bit last video, was it seems like the younger generations feel a little bit more entitled,
yeah,
and so their work ethic is not all there.
yeah.
yeah, either that or their damn parents didn't teach them how to clean and do shit. You know, they
But
they
okay,
work
but
and stuff, you know?
how is it that, okay, so when we were growing up, I'm sure you got a spanking or timeout or somewhat discipline in some order or fashion. Nowadays, you do anything and the kid goes to school with the slightest of bruise or says something,
Yeah.
you know, CYFD or whatever is going to be showing up, monitoring your every move
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, no, well, see, my
That'd be
I don't know if they're gonna see this, but yeah, no, my parents knew how to get away with it. You know what I mean? Like,
How old are you?
31.
Oh, what do you mean get away with it? There was nothing going on back in the day.
No, because they almost got in trouble. Like, almost got them in trouble, and I knew better. You know what I mean? That's a problem I don't want to fucking deal with.
Okay.
And like, I was showing my homies in middle school. I went to Sierra. And I was showing them, I was like, yeah, me and my dad got into a punching contest, and like my entire arm was fucking just purple and swollen, blew the fuck up. And they're like, oh my god, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I was like proud of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
look how much I was able to take.
You're all,
and
you
they
should
know
have seen him.
Nah, nothing. There's nothing like that.
You're all, but don't go.
Slight bruise. But they're like, and they know him too. Like, you know, he's a buff, big dude. And so they're like tripping. And I think I know who it was. I think I hang out with him a lot now. But like one of them.
Son of a bitch.
You gonna name drop this guy?
bastard? No, I ain't gonna say it. Y'all know who it is though. No, but he went and told them. And it was out of concern for my safety.
Right.
It was out of concern for my well-being. He was trying to do the right thing, but almost started some shit.
You're all, bro, I was just showing you I could take a punch.
Yeah, a lot of them.
I didn't come with a
Really
black
strong-
eye,
From a
motherfucker.
really strong man, yes. No, but they called me into the office and they're like, yeah, we heard that you have a bruise and like, let me see it. They pull on my sleeve and they see it and they're like, oh, that's really bad. And I was like, how did this happen? Oh, I was I got hit with a baseball. I didn't know what to say. And they're like, can you lift up your shirt on your back? And apparently that's all they can do. But they had me lift up my shirt and they looked at my back and they saw that there was nothing else. So they're like, okay.
Dang.
That was it, but
So
like-
that was the extent of it, but it could have been worse.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would have, caused some problems with my family.
Yeah.
Dad would have been pissed, thinking that I'm snitching on him or whatever, and I would have really got it. So no.
No, it's just, I feel like today's age, it's just hard to discipline your kids
Yeah.
in a.
Oh yeah.
No, it is. Like, before, okay, it bothers me when we watch, like, TV and people, like, get in trouble for, like, spanking their kids and stuff like that. Or even, like, just seeing stuff on TV. And I think it's so funny because my mom will sit there and she'll be like, oh my God, that's so awful. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, are you feeling bad for these kids? I was like, you beat the shit out of them sometimes. Although, excuse me. I'm like, where was that sympathy for me?
Yeah, check yourself. Do you remember?
Like
'Cause
what
I
year do you
remember.
think it like transition where it was just like, yo, that's like
Probably like
ago.
2010.
Like the 10s to 20s.
10 to now. I think it was about 10 years ago when Adrian Peterson used the switch on his kid.
It was 08.
Yeah, and ever since then, it just seemed to get like worse and worse about how you could discipline your kid. No more spay kids. They even say like putting your kid in a corner for timeout is
What?
That's counted as
it's
child
like
abuse
a
or what?
mental thing.
Oh my
fucking
gosh.
God.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah, it is, and it
Well,
should
mama
be.
didn't raise a bitch.
That's what it's there for. It's punishment. I don't like this, so I'm not gonna do that thing that got me.
Yeah.
here. You know what I
But
mean?
it's hard to I think if you're not disciplining your kids, then they're gonna feel free to reign as
Oh,
they
yeah,
please.
yeah.
And then you wonder why certain situations get like happen. Like there's no discipline, so when you're not disciplining them, they're free to do as they please, even if it's an extreme of like I don't know, just to bring it up. I don't want to bring it up, but like these school shootings. You know, they're not disciplined, so how do they know what the worst is the worst until they go and do it, and then they're like, oh shit, I did something wrong. Well, yeah, because nobody's disciplining you.
Right.
Let me talk about something minor, but it bothered me. I have this on our Snapchat. Okay, being somebody that's worked at Walmart and stuff like that, I get these kids all the time.
Asshole kids.
Okay, so when I was 16,
Little bastards.
I don't really care. You know,
A lot of times,
like
literally.
I didn't like kids when I was 16. They got on my nerves, and I'd be working, and I'm like, I pushed everything forward, fronted up the whole aisle. And I have this kid that comes down the aisle with the mom on the phone. She's not paying attention to the kid. And this kid's just walking and hitting every box,
Oh,
pushing it down that I just did.
And you're just
Fuck,
like,
And I'm
Kid
like,
now.
and I'm like
Kid
looking
now.
at the mom. I'm
you
pissed,
bastard.
dude, I'm pissed off at the kid. I'm pissed off at the mom.
Next
And I'm
time
just
you see
looking at her like,
in the aisle, Bill.
like tell your kid some shit. She's not paying attention and she's not doing shit. And I'm like, like what the fuck? But I can't say
you're like,
shit.
That's what sucks is even if you were to take the moment and be like, hey, excuse me, ma'am, your kid's
They don't
fucking
care.
up.
Like,
Well,
that's the
either
shit.
that or now you're offending them. They're
Oh
gonna,
yeah. See,
they might write a complaint
well, we're
about
not
you.
allowed. Yeah, we're not. They tell us we're not allowed to tell them anything. So so I did the mature thing when I was 16, and the mom turned around. I flipped the kid off, called him mouthed the word bitch, and then walked around the corner just you
Yeah,
know.
if that shit happened to me, I'd be like, I wait to turn around and smack him in the back of the head, like, motherfucker.
Oh, I want
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like,
it.
You little
Go
motherfucker.
around the corner real quick.
No, I just
Hide in the back.
I like kids, but some kids deserve me just to smack them in the back of the head.
so, and this is another thing.
I'll give them one of
So,
those little
so
tricks.
whenever I was in college and shit, I was a tutor, and in college you're tutoring other adults. Everybody's 18 and over. But I see people like mom. She just recently shared this post that like a 10th grader was needing help with their math, and I'm like, it don't matter because I'm not gonna put myself in that situation because God forbid any little bitty thing were to be misinterpreted, then I could get in trouble for something that I may or may not have done. And I don't like the thought of that. Even whenever like you date somebody with kids, you kind of have to be careful where you're like,
Oh yeah.
just
Yeah.
because, like I said, that kid goes and says one little thing, it's a fucked up situation.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. It's unless you have some proof or whatever, it's like your word against their word, and God forbid it's a little kid, and you're probably gonna fucking go down for that shit.
yeah.
And it's unfortunate. It's like
I'll beat a little kid.
that's what but that's what I'm saying is nowadays you can't do anything.
Yeah.
You have to really watch
Really.
every fucking step.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Walk on eggshells.
Yeah.
seriously, and I don't know, even more so, it just seems like society's kind of gone down the bitch road Like you can't do really anything, or you're gonna probably look at legal issues.
And then they grow up to be, these kids, because of no disciplining or a whole lot of bitch shit. Now we got a bunch of grown up assholes, a bunch of dickheads running around, being entitled, being a piece of shit, and then we got a bunch of bitches, just a whole bunch of bitches, and not the good ones either.
No, not
bad bitches.
Yeah, all bitches ain't women.
No, it just sucks, man, because like you said, you would want, like, just kidding around, but if the mom turned around, you would smack the kid. God forbid that kid says something, you're probably gonna get arrested for one,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get a battery, maybe an assault, depending on what you had in your hand at the moment, if the mom seen it.
Yeah.
Or
Like,
if this
it
little asshole makes something up entirely, and
Oh, I know.
the mom goes
Yeah.
off the hinges because her little angel would never do that.
Yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
my kid's not throwing your fucking boxes of whatever over. Why would he do that? And unless there's cameras that prove any different and they do see you physically touch that person, bro, people get in trouble for so many little petty things nowadays.
I see what you're saying, but still, I would still smack the kid in the back.
Yeah, no. Sometimes
I'll take the charge.
You're like taking it all smiling.
you're like,
I'll be
Your
happy.
mugshot.
Sometimes
Like it was
it's
worth it.
fucking worth it.
Sometimes it's worth it.
Hey, what was I gonna say? Yeah, whenever I dated this one girl, not worth it, but for like 3 years, dude, and she had 3 kids.
That's a
right?
long time to not be worth it.
Were you dating or you were with her, bro?
I was with her.
He's all dating for about 3 years.
All right, she ended up
I'm
becoming,
taking serious.
she ended up becoming fiance. We lived together.
Damn, boy, you were more than dating.
Well, see, I
Anyway,
don't
we won't
like to
bring
admit
up
it.
bullshit.
I don't like to admit it because she turned out to be a horse slut bitch. That's what I call her.
I think it's
She,
lesbian.
She got married to the dude she was talking to the whole time, and I expressed, my discomfort with. 2 weeks after we broke up, she got married to him. And I'm like,
Married?
motherfucker, see, I knew it. I fucking knew it. But I can't have a friend. You have all kinds of friends. I just have one friend. It's just my friend. I'm like, I've never spoken to any of my friends about marriage before because they had dated a long time ago.
I always think it's
God.
funny whenever somebody breaks up, like out of a serious relationship, and then they jump into one right away.
I was
Okay,
just talking about
guys,
that on Snap.
Let me talk about this real quick. Let me ask you a question, alright?
We
Okay,
deserved
cool.
it. We learned
Alright.
go fuck.
Because apparently I always say the wrong thing, and I felt super bad about this one. So one of my friends, I hadn't seen him in years. It had been at least 10 years.
Okay.
I saw him and I'm like, hey, how's it going and stuff. And he seemed like he was kind of down, but I didn't think about it before I said it. And he was like, oh yeah, he goes, my divorce got finalized today. And I was like, oh man, congratulations. And he's
Yeah,
like,
it
and he
was-
was like, I liked being married. And I was like, I
Oh.
was like, oh.
But that's the thing. Do you like being married and miserable? And that's, I guess my thing is whenever people get out of a relationship and then they get back into one, I mean, personally, just for me, I'm not saying I'm devastated, but I feel like there's a time for healing, just kind of regrouping.
Yeah.
Like, don't just go jump right back in, because then what do you expect's going to happen?
Yeah, I feel like you need that time to fix yourself and like kind of get back what you were before.
I'm going back in swimming.
Oh, that's what I
It
do. That's
depends
exactly what I
on the
do. I
swimming
don't
you're
learn my
doing.
lesson.
Are you like...
I'm backstroking the fuck out.
See, you're going too far right there. Like, I'm willing to dip my toes in the water, but I'm not trying to dive off the diving board.
I do it every time. Always
yeah.
with the
So you're like...
I see red flags.
So
I'm
you're
a
like-
bull. I
so you're
charge
like-
head first.
So you're like relationship, and then another relationship, and then another... Are you just out
it
of a
depends.
relationship,
It's only-
and you're fucking around?
It's the crazy bitches that I fall for. Like I love psycho bitches. Like
So
straight
you're
up. My
Mr.
last one.
Save-A-Ho.
Yeah. Can't say that. Straight up got the ass in my chest. No, but so yeah, it's always the good ones that I treat like shit. I don't know why. They're just boring. They're, they do all the right things. They just want to settle down and just be boring at home. I'm like, no, I want to fucking party. I want to shit. Do live that shit with my friends. You know what I mean? So like, and then so the crazy psycho bitches, the ones that I can tell are probably gonna cut the power off to my house and probably like just torture and murder me with my own weapons. Those are the ones I'm like, yes. Yeah, so I'm all in. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. Let's fucking die. I'm ready. You know what I mean?
No, man. You see that you're way opposite of me, man.
Worth it, dog.
Like
Last
I'm down to get out of a relationship and like fool around, like be single for a while. Like I'm down for that shit. But I'm not like down to get in a relationship and then dive right back into
Well,
it.
see, it
I'm
depends.
just trying to
it
ruin
depends.
lives.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm straight up trying to have mine ruined. I'm like, please fuck my shit up. You know what I mean?
Okay, hold on though. How
I
does
straight
okay?
up told her
I don't
that
want to
today.
get too personal, but how does that? How do you cope with that? Where they're fucking you up, and you're dealing with your own shit personally,
'cause-
You
anyway.
enjoy.
See, it's the psycho ones that
Oh, it's a
you know
fetish.
that they're gonna ruin your life, but they're the ones that are fun. My God, worth it.
So it's worth the thrill. It's like an adrenaline
There you
every
rush.
go.
fucking time,
Yeah.
yes. And like,
I mean,
so
don't get me wrong. I'm sure the sex is amazing.
it's fucking lit. Telling you.
Well, I mean, I
Oh,
can't
shit.
disagree
Anyway.
with you, but it
So-
does end wild.
So, oh yeah, always
It
terrible.
never ends well.
I don't even know what
It's a
sex
car
is.
wreck down.
Virgin till marriage, buddy.
Huh?
That's
I'm
so
a virgin
true.
till marriage.
Oh well,
So,
can't relate.
Wait, what did you say?
so I was virgin till marriage.
So was
Oh,
my
that
grandma.
sounds horrible.
Oh, my grandma's still.
It does nowadays. Think about it.
Do it.
Think about, is there really, if any, maybe one, any male or female really sticking to the virgin shit anymore?
No.
You know what? Okay, I find this funny and I really
It's
hope my
rare.
friend doesn't watch
It's
this.
fucking rare.
Okay.
That U.S. soccer girl, she's a virgin.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yo,
Isn't she
it's
married
rare
to?
shit.
Oh no, she's not married. She's pretty hot too.
Yeah.
Yo,
Dude, I don't know if I believe people though on their virgin
No.
status. Let me tell you
Okay,
something. So
let's hear
I
your
have
story.
two cousins, right? Like
Oh,
real
right.
religious girls,
So they're
real
liars.
religious girls, and they like, you know, I tell them a few things about stuff
Sex?
like
You can say
and they
sex.
would.
Stop saying that.
So-
Here's her. His grandma's gonna watch this. Stop
It's
saying.
cool. I mean, she don't think he's a
So-
virgin. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, no, she knows.
Oh, she does.
She knows, unfortunately.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay, so these two girls, like, I would tell them stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's gross," like, and I'm like, "Dude, you need to relax." But their mom would always talk about like how they didn't do like, oh, they're virgins, and my cousin was gonna get married. And one time I go running with my cousin, and we're just jogging, and I'm like, Oswald, you're not a virgin, are you? Oswald, you better tell me. And this is like one of my closest cousins, and she's like. She looks at me, I was like, oh, Oswald, your mom's over here telling everyone, oh yeah, she's a virgin. That's why she's gonna wear a white dress and stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's what,
Oswald, you better get
that's
off
what they
white.
want you to believe. You know what I mean?
Like
that egg
change that
white.
color.
and white,
Oswald, eggshell.
yeah.
It's
That
just
was-
uncommon these days because I think of it this way: if you're a virgin and she's a virgin, okay, no. Let's say the
Like
girl's a
sex
virgin
is-
and I'm not a virgin. Okay.
Sex is gonna be sad.
Yeah. What if the sex is bad?
You would never know.
But the virgin wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but the
Oh.
virgin wouldn't know. But what if the other person knows?
Oh hell yeah.
So
Oh.
like, yeah, like what if like I marry a virgin and then the sex is bad and I'm married? I'm like, am I fucking myself because I'm gonna stick with this? Maybe it could work. I could just teach her everything, but damn, man.
Nah, some
Dude, you know
some
what?
are unteachable.
Some of them still don't know.
like the
They're not virgins.
Oh, you know what? That's women's fault sometimes for the guys. Because let me tell you something.
Don't try
Like-
hard enough.
No, like okay, they pretend
Fucking
like
entitlement.
I hate that people like
Equality.
pretend that things are good when they're not. Like faking. People are like my friends are always like, "Oh yeah, I had to fake it. I had to like pretend it was good and stuff." And I'm like, now this dude is about to go out doing the same shit and
Think that
disappointing everybody else because he thinks he's good.
So you're saying it's the girl's fault if a guy sucks?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, yes, because they fake it
Yeah.
for them, so that way they feel better about themselves. But they shouldn't do that because
I wish
Then
somebody would
they
have did
go
that
and-
for me. Fuck.
like then you go around disappointing more people. Like
Oh shit.
some people
I
are all
mean,
about
I guess-
helping.
I mean, that's
Let
it. Women, y'all better speak the fuck up,
It's all
man.
women's fault every
Let them know
time.
they're bad.
Always lying.
Bro.
Yeah, but
Why?
some girls are bad, and what do you, girls? Okay, so this is some
What was
real
that?
shit. Girls are very emotional. Girls, maybe not you. You're giving me the stink eye that you're not emotional. But
There's
most
always an
girls,
exception.
most girls get in their feelings fairly quickly. So if I were to tell a girl like, "Hey, like you,"
So
like, okay, maybe that's too bold, but
You're
maybe
like,
it's like, hey, you
you
know,
know, I
like
really
let's
like it
try,
if-
like maybe try doing this, or I don't think they would take it very kindly. They'd take it offensive and be like, "Fuck you, you fucking suck."
You know, I can
anyways,
see
your
girls.
dick's
Or you know
small."
what? How about you go and fucking get it from that bitch? She probably knows how to do
I'm
it.
like, honestly, she
Right?
does.
Go and ask her for
That's
tips.
how I
We'll
know.
ask her for tips. Y'all can come back together.
That is my frame of reference.
I'm just saying, like,
Y'all have wild fucking times.
I'm just saying,
Oh, yeah.
being honest
Oh.
is not always the best thing with, especially.
I feel like if your person can't take the honesty, then you probably shouldn't be with them if they can't take
But what if
criticism.
they're a very nice person?
Okay, let me tell you about it.
Deal with
Let me
it.
tell you about a very
Deal
nice.
with it. Deal with it.
Let me tell you
Go
about a
ahead.
very nice person
Okay.
at the beginning. Okay, so when I was 16, this was like my first boyfriend, and he was an older guy.
Okay.
That was, now it sounds gross.
Older, as in, let's just.
Like
was he
creep
in
older.
high school or out of high
Oh,
school?
out of.
Okay.
Definitely
We'll
out
just
of.
leave it at that.
All right, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Oh
Sure,
my
Which,
got it.
this is, now that I'm older, it grosses me out because I'm like, I hate when guys say like, like these younger girls, they look older. Some of them don't look older. And I'm
No,
like,
they don't.
they're just being creeps.
Yes,
They're
that's
just being
very
creeps.
weird.
And I'm like, yeah, so I think about that now. So this guy, like, went out with him for a whole year, didn't do anything because I had never done anything.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna mention his name because
No, let's not name drop.
so yeah, I don't want any hate.
He might,
I don't want
he
any,
might still be doing it.
oh no.
Well,
I
definitely
mean, I
name
feel
drop
bad
if
for
he's doing that
whoever, but
shit.
No, being a creep.
so
Fuck it.
I went out with this guy for a whole year, all thinking I was in love and stuff. And then, he kept pressuring me to do something. And finally I was like, okay, so I do what, you do what every girl does whenever you're preparing to do stuff for the first time. You go and talk to your hoe friends, like, to find out, like,
Oh.
what it's about. Like,
You mean like fucking?
yes.
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 Fucking.
So you go and talk to your hoe friends, find out how this is. And, everybody's like, oh, it's gonna hurt, like, really bad the first time and this and that. And then it happened and I'm like,
Were you disgusted or what?
no, it was the most disappointing thing ever. Like, nothing was there.
Wait, what?
Dude was small. Dude
Oh,
was so
man.
small. It was
Oh,
awful.
fuck.
And I'm like, so now I'm in love with
I
this
thought
guy.
you were gonna say it didn't last long or something. So
Two
you're
pump chump?
No,
I mean,
so- So
Ah.
dude was bad. And I was like, now I'm in love with this guy. And what am I gonna do? Like,
forever.
do I break up with him? Like, how is this gonna, what do I do?
Much
So,
to the point of
like
the
this,
face.
so
What do I do?
So we came to this point the other day. We're like, because my friend goes, you should have asked for a dick pic, and I'm like, that should be acceptable. They're at the beginning just to make sure you're not wasting like a whole year.
I straight up had a girl ask. I said no girl ever, right? No girl ever asked for a fucking dick pic, right? I had that happen to me the other day. Oh God, yes, it made me so happy, so happy. She was like, hey, can you send me a picture of your dick, please? And I was like, again, because like I showed her before, and well, she was curious. We were talking about it, and I showed her, and so she's like, nice. And so she asked me the other, hey, can you send me another one? I was like, sure, I got you. I sent two, not pics actually. I make dick gifs, but yeah. No, she was like, thank you, with a little heart, and I was like, okay, why?
Okay,
Like,
okay. Those are two different scenarios. You're trying to see what you're working with. She
don't wanna
already
waste your
knows.
time.
well, she may have forgotten. You know what I mean? It was a long time ago. It was
How do
a
you
long
Oh,
forget?
okay, so this is-
Okay.
Or maybe she wants to show somebody, hey, please. It's fine.
Yo, let them know. Let them know.
No, it's. I agree. I
Hey,
think
spread-
on both parts, yeah. I mean, fuck it and then fuck it.
I literally either spread your legs or spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I just think you waste your time, and you're like emotional now because you're already connected with
That
this
is
person.
true. But see, that's the thing too. How do you know that person's gonna suck anyways?
Well, okay, hold on. So this guy, this is what like it amazed me, but made me feel so much better at the same time. So this guy, at the end of this, because I wouldn't, kind of kept blowing him off, like not like that. that was gonna come out really bad. Okay, so I kept like avoiding him, ghosting him.
Yeah.
I'll say that. And he ended up cheating on me with one of my friends.
Okay.
And
Bastard.
I felt, oh no, I felt so relieved
Oh
because I didn't know how to break up with him, and I felt so relieved. And then she told me because she got pregnant, and I'm like,
shit.
like how? And I'm like, they both looked at me, and I was like, no, I was like, are you sure it's his? Like it could, I was like, it reached the destination, it made it, and they both got mad at me, but I'm just like, oh my god, I felt so relieved, so relieved. I'm like, dang, I was like, that could have been me. I didn't even know that could happen, but shit.
Dodge the
like,
bullet, but hey, like even a thumbtack, like you put enough pressure behind it, it'll penetrate. You know what I mean?
I thought you'd use like what turkey baster or something like.
Oh god.
She's going in on this guy. I feel bad for this guy.
Oh man, oh no, and let me tell you.
Okay.
Once in a while, guys, I go to the bar. I don't go often, but every time I go, this guy is there. And he goes over there and tries to buy me drinks, and I'm like, bro, there's no amount of drinks you can get me drunk enough to make me forget that shit. Like,
So the same guy at the bar is buying you drinks?
he tries. I tell him to. I'm like,
From back in the day when you were
the
16?
first one, yes.
If I was
That's
you,
weird,
I would
though.
take the drinks, free
No,
drinks.
no,
okay.
no, okay, let me
Dude.
talk about that, because I hate that. My
Why?
friends will sit there and get drinks from guys and be okay with it. I don't accept drinks from guys because I don't want to be obligated to talk to them. And I feel like most of those guys will hang around or try to keep talking to you.
linger.
Yes. And I don't want that. So I always tell guys, I'm like, no, I'm fine. I can buy my own drinks. And I'm like, I don't want to feel obligated to talk to you. So,
At least you're honest.
yes. And I'm
Not
like,
your-
I don't want to waste your time. Like,
No, that's true.
See, I'm
Is
the
it time?
opposite of that. I'm too shy, so I do it from a distance. I just want.
No, you get a few in me, I'm talking to everybody. I'll buy you a meal.
Okay.
You want some wings? Shit, I'll buy you some wings, a pitcher, and we can share
Well,
them
what the hell,
together.
brother? I'm about to take you out more.
Nah, I don't go out nowhere.
Oh shit. Damn it.
Yeah, that was the old me. This is the new me.
2020, this is here.
No, this has been going on for a year today. A year today, it changed. My whole life changed
Congratulations.
life.
Must be nice. No. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, about buying girls drinks or what have you. Girls get things bought for them. My baby mama,
Okay.
she would get hit on all the time at the bar. I'd be like, hey, go get us some drinks because you know damn well that a girl's more likely to go get the bartender's attention.
Attention, probably free drink. maybe some-
Exactly. So she'd be over there by herself, and I'm like waiting for her, holding her purse or something. And she'll go over there and she'll get hit on, right? And hey, mind if I buy you a drink? Yeah. Well, actually, can you buy one for me and my friend? Yeah, sure, that's fine. And all right, cool. And then she'd like look at me, give me this look. We'd have this like little code or whatever. She'd give me like a nod and be like, I'm like, oh fuck yeah. I'll go over there, and then she'd be like, here you go. She's like, yeah, this is him. This is my boyfriend. Did you buy the drinks? Oh, nice to meet you, man. Thank you so much. And he's like, motherfuckers. And then walk off.
That's
I'm like,
Damn!
sick.
That's a good ass one. I never thought about using
So,
that
yeah,
one.
she was gangster, dude. That was pretty dope.
That is what's
I'm
up.
about to tell my lady, but like, yo,
You better go get them drinks.
Hey, go get them. Yeah, go get them.
not the drinks, sugar daddy, something.
Yeah. That's
oh, guys, that's so gross. The whole
What?
sugar daddy thing. Like, oh my god. Okay, so I got a message on Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter's where every sugar daddy is.
Yeah, I
swear to
deleted
God.
Twitter because I'm
Yeah,
like,
swear to God.
I don't need to be getting these
my
messages.
ex have a Twitter. I didn't
But
know about.
this guy, like a 60-year-old man, messaged me on Twitter, and he was like, he goes, would you be interested in being what is it called, a sugar baby, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, the fuck is that? Because I don't really pay attention to stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure no. And he's like, well, I can pay you like $500 like a week or something like that. And I'm like, no. And I'm like,
Why didn't you just entertain it a little?
Because it grossed me out, and I'm like,
Oh, okay.
I was like, what? I'm like, I don't even want to.
fuck.
I don't even want to say like, oh well, like, what are you wanting?
I'm
Because then
not
I'm gonna get grossed out.
I'm not gonna lie. If an old ass lady, what are we talking? Maybe 65 and over?
I feel
We'll
like
say
old
65.
ladies aren't as bad as old men.
What do
though.
you mean? I feel like they'd be way
No,
worse.
hell no,
I
bro.
imagine they're probably.
I feel like you could send like a booty pic with even your panties on to the guy, and here's your $500. The grandma's probably gonna be like wanting to get it in and shit.
be down.
And that's what I'm saying. You pay me
Hey,
$500
but,
a
cause
week.
like on Twitter, like somebody will be like, "I need a sugar daddy," and you'll see like 17 comments from
Oh
random
my god,
motherfuckers.
yes. You know what? I clicked on that guy's page, right, to see what he's doing. Why, like, he even said shit like that. And he made a post. And he's like looking for 7 sugar babies. And I was like,
Nice.
oh, well, that's like, oh, no, that dude has to
Yeah,
make
you
some-
was
You were
like,
just gonna get
I
golden
need
tickets
all
like Willy
of them.
Wonka.
No, dude, there was like 50 comments under that. And girls hit me up, message me, and all this other
And he
stuff.
picked you.
I didn't even have him as a friend. I was like, what the hell is this guy
Who
doing?
are you?
I was like-
You were the cream of the crop. And he was like, I don't want these peasants. I want you.
No, the thing that got to me the most, he's like, yeah, I want someone who's loyal and all this other stuff. And I'm like, bro, you live in
But what's
Texas.
loyal?
See, that's
What's
what I was like-
loyal?
I was like,
Feet pics every day?
see, I didn't understand that either. And I was like,
You know what I mean? Like,
There
that's
are
not...
no other sugar daddies.
I've had a friend that had a sugar daddy. That shit was cool.
Hey,
She gave me good stories about that shit.
fucking bitch. So, my last one.
She's really nice.
No, I'm talking about.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she's not just big, bro. Right? No, my last one. Remember Psycho Bitches, right? The
Okay.
ones that I go for, the ones that I end up falling in love with.
Okay.
That was my last one. And she had a sugar daddy.
Oh, really?
And I found out about it. I fucking knew something was up. I always know. And so I looked into it. I did my little bit of research, and sure enough, she was with him in El Paso. And oh man, she would call me old. Okay, because she was younger, and I don't go for young girls. They go for me. Okay, I don't fuck with them. That's a little weird. I'm like, that's but like, they go for me, and they're at least 18. I'm like, fuck it. All right. But anyway, yeah, she was younger, and she would always call me an old man. Oh, you're an old man. This and that. I was on 31. I'm like, yes, I'm so old. Whatever. Why you fucking with me? Shut up. But no, this motherfucker was like
Nice.
50-something, and he was old, short, and fat, and ugly.
You reminds me of Adam Sandler and Big Daddy.
I'm like,
About them old reeking.
yeah, with
Oh,
the balls. Jesus Christ. And I'm like, what the fuck, bitch? And then like, she's like, oh, well, that's just my sugar daddy, whatever, because I called her out on it, you know what I mean? And yeah, because of that, I busted her ass. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck around, I'm like, oh, your friend's kind of hot. I'm gonna hit her up. And she saw that I was talking to her, just talking, like just completely platonic, no flirtation or nothing. Just like, hey, we should hang out sometime or whatever, blaze a ball or something. Anyway, and she's like, hell yeah, that'd be cool. And she saw it. She fucking got into my phone and saw all those messages. Went ape shit, almost killed me. Tried to fucking, because I was having a knife on my hip, right? And this last one I had, it was like a hook knife. It had like a hook on the end of it. If she held me at knife point, wouldn't let me leave. This bitch beat me the fuck up. Oh my god, I just took it. And I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm getting the fucking, no, you're not fucking going anywhere. I'm like, son of a bitch.
you're all
I was
right.
like, fuck you, bitch. I was like,
This is intense.
I'm like, if she stabs me too, like with that hook, any amount, like in the stomach, my innards are coming out with it. You know what I mean? So like, almost died. Did I go back?
You're
You
damn right I
Oh
did.
yes, of course I did, because I'm fucking retarded. No, but
Do you think nowadays, with the way people are, like, do you think open relationships or even just the very bare minimum of dating is probably the way to go now?
it seems to be the more common thing anyway, is because nobody wants to be serious anymore. Everybody wants to just fuck around, Well, I'm not looking for a relationship. I don't know how often I hear that, especially amongst all my friends. Everyone I know right now, pretty much like, I don't want a relationship, So, and be open about it though. I believe
Yeah, don't waste
openness
people's
and
time.
honestly,
Right.
Yeah.
straight up letting them know, we're just fucking. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
straight up. Like, if you want to do that, then cool. We could be friends. We can, and hey, if it ends up turning into more, then hell yeah, I'm all about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the thought of being in a relationship with someone you're fucking around with, it's there, but it's not the initial thought. It's like,
Yeah.
let's see where this goes. Like, maybe the sex sucks for you, or maybe it sucks for me, or maybe our chemistry isn't
Yeah.
matching up or whatever.
I feel like most of my friends too. I have a lot of friends that are divorced and stuff like that.
Okay.
And after going through like a really bad one, it makes them not want to even get to that point again.
And that's
so
what
they're
sucks.
like, yeah,
That's what
I
sucks
mean-
about like girls that get crushed I don't think guys very often, but girls, when they get hurt or cheated on or lied to or
Fuck all men.
manipulated,
I hate
they're
that.
like, fuck men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men are
I'm like,
pieces of
please.
shit. And it's like, whoa, you got one out of the bad litter, and now we're all shitty.
Hold up. Well, not just one. There's about
Well, I'm just saying, there's a
It's
shit
a
ton
higher
of bad
high
guys,
percentage of bad.
but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They
But
don't
let's
even
be
want
honest.
to attempt
Let's be
anymore.
honest. Girls are fucking pretty naive when they come to picking a guy.
Oh yeah.
I
It's-
agree with that.
It's like, come on, do you not see what the fuck? He's got 2 baby mamas, 3 kids. He's never in a relationship. He barely has a job. He's always in trouble. He doesn't have no money, no car, no
You named
this.
a lot of people I know.
I'm just saying, like,
Everything
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
like-
That like.
I'm having all these thoughts on like this person.
maybe they're on your wave. You're like, the fucking more fucked up they are, the better they are.
There's also women like that, yes.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's weird because it's like you would think,
It's true.
I don't know, women. I'm not talking about all women.
No, all
But
of
women
them
do
bitches, fuck 'em.
pride themselves on like
A
being
lot of them.
smarter than men.
Oh yeah.
But then that's the one place they
Oh, no, that's
lack
all
it when
women.
they
That's
pick
all
a
women.
man. They're like the worst man. It's
Yeah.
like, well, no shit, you fucking are divorced or have 10 kids now, and or you're fucking fucked up. However,
That was a lot of fucks.
yeah, I know. I started going on right there.
Yeah, that's
That's
so bad.
probably
You
me.
know
That's
what?
probably me.
No, I'm just saying when that stuff gets brought up, I get passionate because it's so true. It's like,
Dude, and I have a lot of friends like that, and I'm like, the worst thing that my friends do, and I'm not like, I'm not gonna talk about myself. Most of my friends always go back to their exes after like
some crazy shit.
Some
all
dumb
the
shit.
all the shit talking, and I'm like, and I'm talking about me talking shit to their boyfriends, and I'm like, I just told this dude off and put him in his place, and now you're going back. And I'm
I see
like,
it-
what am I supposed to do with that?
I
I'm
see
like,
it
I'm not
too
gonna
many
be nice.
times too.
Fuck that.
It just, I don't know. It's hard because guys do it too. I mean, take him. He said that shit happened and he went right back to
Oh
her.
yeah. No, that should be like stay the fuck away. Like they're
Yeah.
telling me like don't walk, run, moonwalk if you have to. Just get the fuck
Dude,
out
but
of
do
there.
you ever like your friend goes out with someone and to make them feel better, you talk shit about that person, like to make them okay. Well, we had this guy friend, and he used to go out with this girl who grew a lot of facial hair and would have to shave like literally like every
She's
other
a
day.
beard, bro.
Okay, so when he broke up with her, he was all depressed. So we tried making him feel better. And we're like, we would send him like Snapchat pictures like of like men's razor kits, and we're like, yeah, you should like buy this for so and so for Christmas. And he thought it was hilarious until he got back with her. And then we talked so much shit about her, and then I'm like, he goes, and you guys better not say anything like. Don't mention all the shit that we're all laughing at. And I'm like, "Oh, man," I'm
Well,
like,
see, I
like
mean,
you can't come back from stuff like that. You already
No.
like talked all the shit you wanted to say while they were going out.
all right. See, with me though, like I'm an open book, like open as fuck. So, everybody knows everything pretty much. So whenever it comes to like say crazy horse led bitch with the sugar daddy, she knew, you know, that everybody hated her. I'm like, you know, all of my friends hate you, right? Because she's like, why? That's fucking stupid. I'm like, because you're a bitch. I'm like, you're crazy. You're ruining my life. You're fucking shit up. She's like, well, that's your fault. I'm like, true. But yeah, no, they hate you. Like, my cousin Alan, he hated her. It's like, dude, she is not good for you at all. Like, I fucking hate her because I would always tell him everything about, oh, look what she did now, or guess what? And he would straight up, like, I'd be talking to him. He's like, hey, are you coming over here? I'm like, no, I'm with someone right now. And he could like tell.
Right.
And he was like, and then she's like listening too because she knows that he hates her. And he's like, who? A girl? He's like, is it that fucking Beezy? And I was like, yeah, she's right here. She can hear you. Tell her I hate her. I was like, yeah, no, she knows. She
But
heard
see,
me.
that's
No, she does.
that's kind of what sucks too. Is when you are in a bad relationship, and then your friends and family
It's
tell
divisive.
you, it's like, okay, you're ruining shit between you and your really close friends.
Family.
And then how do you expect them to be honest with you when you're just not really taking the advice anyways? You're doing
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to
Being
do.
being
Yeah.
judged.
And now when that, because they can see it, they see it's not gonna work. you're gonna come, and they're gonna be there for you. It just sucks.
I
Like,
believe
You just get annoyed. Like it's annoying. It
yeah,
gets
it's
annoying.
like, well, fuck, man, what'd you fucking expect? I'm here.
Dude, and
They're like,
I
here.
did that a lot in high school. Like, I was on and off with this same guy for about 3 years. A year, no, it is. And and every time I was on my phone, and your friends can always tell when you're back to your dumb shit, because I'd be on my phone and I guess I'd make a look on my face or something, and my friends would be like, "Oh my god, I know that look." They're, "Are you serious?" They're like, "Again?" Yeah. And I'm like,
You already know. See, I believe it can be worked at. I believe it can happen. You can be in a shitty. Trust me, I've figured it out. I've so many shitty relationships. You know what I
It
mean?
don't work out.
I'm all about it. No, not with them.
I want to hear this so
Yeah, me too.
I
I'm
can tell
interested.
you why it's not gonna work out.
All right,
Yeah. So
all right, go ahead.
with it's not gonna work out with those crazy bitches. Like it never will. It's always gonna end terribly, and that's fine. At least I had my time. But but with your friends and family, if you're open and honest, like straight up, like yes, I'm dumb, I'm a jackass, I'm retarded. I know. Yes, they're doing me wrong. Yes, they're doing me dirty. Because always, like whenever they're in shitty relationships and you're ruining the dynamic with everybody else in your life, it's whenever they're being, like they're not acknowledging it. They're like not admitting or even being aware of it necessarily. It's like they're deluded. It's like they're just living in a dreamland or like faking it or just pretending it's this and that way, and you know better. That's when people get pissed and people get upset because you're like, the fuck, I know it's terrible and I know how shit's going, but you're acting like it's all good. No, I know it's fucked up. I know my shit is, I'm probably gonna die, but worth it. And everybody's like, just be careful, man. You know what I mean? So
I'm sorry.
my relationship with my friends and family, they know. They just fucking know how I am. They're just like, good luck.
You
I'm
say
like,
that you say that people like they kind of sugarcoat it whenever you're going out with this person sometimes and stuff like that. Okay, the one person that never did that for me was my dad. I don't know if you remember what my dad looked like. He was like he's an older Mexican guy, like always angry looking, doesn't really smile, from Mexico. So every time I'd always have to bring a person to the house to meet my dad.
Okay.
And if my dad did not like them, he was done with it. Like,
Okay.
they would come into the house, and immediately, like, my dad, I'm not gonna say it in Spanish, but my dad would, he would straight up, like, insult them and let them know what's wrong with them before kicking them out of the house. So, I had my whole, going out with gangster kind of guys phase. And my dad just basically told this guy everything that was wrong with him. Like, his pants were sagging, like, told him he was gay for having, like, all this, like, stuff going on. He's like, why are your pants down? He's all, you're disrespectful, all this other stuff. He's like, get the fuck out of my house. And I'm like, all right, well, it was nice meeting you.
They were done.
Also, I guess those 3 months, they're done.
They're done. Doesn't
They're
matter now.
Yeah, and my dad gets, like, mad really crazy, but I was the only girl. The rest are, I just have a bunch of brothers.
Oh, so it has
So-
You gotta be protected.
That was, like, a big thing. So then after that, I stopped bringing people to the house because, like, I had horrible taste. So everyone I brought,
It was done after
it was
the
done.
visit.
Nobody wanted to. Nobody wanted to talk to me
It's okay.
anymore.
All my girlfriends were ugly, even my current ones. It's fine.
This is what. Okay, I want to get your advice on. You said everything could be worked out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, for like my personal, I'm not gonna get into that because I think I've spoken about it. But I only have basically a one chance rule. The first time we'll get together and shit might last 3 years, and if we break up, I'm cool with trying one more time after that. After we break up that first time. But I'm already in my mindset. I'm like, okay, like this is what we fucked up on. If we don't fix this, it's not gonna last
Yeah.
much longer. After that, it's done. How many chances do you get till you're fucking done?
I feel like that's how it should be. I feel like that is exactly how it should be with someone that you see a sustainable relationship with. You can
Okay.
see being stable and settling down, and you want a life with this person. And if you know that's what you want and that's what it could be, yeah, one more shot and like work it out. And if it's worth it, and hopefully your partner or whoever is willing to be open and kind of kind of give and take.
Right.
Kind of,
All right. That's what he said.
Collaborate.
You're saying that's what it should be, but he asked, how many times do you?
Me personally,
Yeah, I was like, you give it
I feel
to
like,
us.
I feel
I'm
like
waiting for
whenever
that
I'm ready to, you know, straight up settle down and be with someone, because I'm not fucking in a good place right now. I'm not anyone that needs to be getting married or, you know, should be married, but like not yet, and I do want that. So whenever I'm ready, yeah, same way. But for right now,
Yeah, how many chances do you
oh
get?
god, all these.
See, there's a.
It's basically like
It's
I have
unlimited.
I have like a meter. It could be, you know.
You're Verizon.
There's not enough.
It's unlimited right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
Until maybe they cut you off, you're good and you're ready.
Pretty much.
They need,
Pretty
to, they
much.
need to block him for, for
Pretty
it
Yeah,
much.
to
block-
end.
No. This last one, oh god, she just. I have a meter, right? Like I kept going back. This was like the fourth time, I think. And where I would get pissed off at her, or she would get pissed off at me, and we're done. But then she hits me up, and I'm like, no, fuck you, I'm done. I'm fucking, nope, I'm over your ass. And she's like, come on, let's just talk. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll let you talk. Next thing you know, we're sleeping together again. And I'm like, fuck.
So what if this person
So I have a
called
meter.
today?
I have a meter.
Right after the Beard Bros podcast, this chick calls you and says, "Hey, let's talk." Are you entertaining that?
Don't lie. Don't lie.
We're all in anticipation.
Yes. Yes.
Like, you better not lie.
Most fucking likely. I want to say no because she's fucking crazy. She's gonna get me killed or put in prison or something. But like, no.
Oh, you
I'll
know what?
probably do it again.
I want to talk about that girl from Walmart. That girl's
What
my
girl?
hero.
Oh, the one
The one that
got
got fired. And
Oh,
and got on
what
the
happened
intercom.
there? I didn't get the full
Okay,
scoop.
so from what I get, because I saw the video, she got fired.
So she worked there.
Yeah, she worked there for 3 years.
Oh shit.
Okay,
What's her name? I'm just
I already tried to get her on the podcast.
I can't-
Come on,
I can't express how I feel about Walmart, but I've gotten fired from Walmart.
Oh, okay.
And I wish I would have done that. Like, I wish that, but like, the first thing that comes to mind is you cuss out the managers because they're there in front of you. This girl had made a promise to some of the employees there that if she got fired, she was gonna go on the intercom and say, fuck Walmart, fuck, I can't remember, fuck something, and then she said, fuck this lady that works there.
Tina.
Like, when it, okay.
Let me tell you this fucking one.
Okay, hold on. Do you know the whole thing she said?
Yeah.
Okay, just say what she said.
She's all, fuck Walmart, fuck the managers, fuck the employee or the customers. I'm out this
yeah,
bitch
that's right.
and fuck Tina.
Dude, I'm like,
Tina?
dude,
I don't know what the
I know
fuck you
Tina.
did.
I know Tina, and
Let's just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at you know Tina.
I know Tina, and this girl is my hero. And I thought about that, and I'm like, man, I've gotten fired from a few places, and it makes me really mad because I never get fired for what I feel like people should get fired more for,
Okay.
and that's people being lazy and not doing their job. That's what I feel like people should get fired for.
Right.
And
Oftentimes it's those worthless motherfuckers that
Yes,
are
those are
able
the
to
ones
coast
that-
and go home early or just, you
Dude,
know,
and
they
they're
don't
there
get in
for
trouble.
years.
They don't get in
Like-
trouble.
Yeah, but
for-
that's the thing. Okay, I learned this too.
It's because they're worthless. Like, they,
Hold on, but if it's all about how you start. If you start, and most people like our age probably do it this way. When you start a job, you're probably all gun ho. You're like,
Standard.
you're doing every little thing,
Yeah,
even when
yeah.
it, you know it doesn't matter. You're doing it boom, 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 boom. And these other fuckers come in and they're doing
Lazy
the very
shit.
minimum,
Yeah.
so they know
If
what
that.
to expect out of them,
Yeah.
and they expect more out of you.
See, and that's like the thing. And
That sucks.
when I worked at Walmart, whenever I get fired,
How many times have you been fired?
enough times. Enough times.
Every
Hey,
time I
okay,
get fired?
let me tell you about the first time. So I learned after the first time. So when you get fired, you don't admit to anything until they tell you what it is, because I do a lot of stuff that I feel like, should get me fired,
Fireable.
but it's not what I get fired for.
Okay.
So I don't admit to anything until they're like, okay, so you know why we called you in here, right? And I'm like,
No.
no, you're gonna have to be a little more specific. And I'm like, because I don't know what you're gonna tell me. And usually it's because I get into it with somebody, or like, okay, I don't count it as a threat.
Okay.
All right. Sometimes I don't get along with people, or I get mad whenever they're not doing their shit, I don't like to make somebody else's check.
Okay.
So yeah, I might yell at you, you know, get a little angry with you, tell you, you know, you need to do your shit. And then people get mad. And they're like, oh, well, she gets in my face again, like, I'm gonna fight her, all this other stuff. So I put the invitation out. And I'm like, you know, after work, if you want, we can go throw down in the field. There's a field back there, let's go.
Catch me outside.
And then I get called into the office
Well,
for
the
what I
fuck?
said. And I'm like, you told everyone. I was like, now you're over there. But
Shit's weak.
it happens, it
I
happens.
would do that at the Prino all the goddamn time. I'm told, all y'all know, if y'all used to work with me, if I worked with you, you know that I would handle shit, right? Like, I work, you know? I do my job, and I do it good. And everybody else, all these worthless assholes, I would tell them, I would make signs. Fucking, you know, I would have a little bit of time, we were working the cardboard, we got Sharpies and shit, I'd hold up the sign, because they're across the fucking, you know, there's like 5 of them just standing there in like a circle, just all talking to each other, just doing nothing. And I'd hold up the sign and, hey! They'd look at me. And it just says worthless in giant bold letters. Like, we're
Dude.
fucking worthless. And they're just like, I go back to talking. And I'm like, fucking
No,
bitches,
and some of
dude.
these guys, like,
Did it work out?
No,
guys are
no, they
bitches
knew.
too.
I just had to let
Like-
them know. They know.
this shit would get on my nerves over there.
They just-
Dude.
Alaprino or Walmart?
Alaprino.
Oh, okay.
No, Alaprino was the worst one because I'm like, not only would I get, like, you know, in trouble with the women there, but also the men. They would go and tell them too, like, that I'd get in their faces or that they thought I was gonna do something. I'm like, man, I was like, you guys too? And I'm like, why is everyone crying now? And I'm like, and it's always, like, people younger than us.
Right.
And I'm like, I tell these older people off whenever they like, and I don't like to be disrespectful, but if they're gonna be disrespectful first, then I'm gonna say some shit, and those people won't go say anything. They'll you know, talk shit back.
Because
to me.
they acknowledge that probably you're just, it's a type of, what is it called? There's like,
Venting?
not venting, but you're criticizing them in like a positive way.
Right, constructive.
There you go.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
these ones are like, they want to be lazy
Just
and
period.
don't want to be and don't want to be called out on it.
Right.
Oh, y'all would hate to work with me.
Yeah?
I'll be sitting behind the desk, motherfucker just typing. Oh, you need some? It's alright.
Oh my god.
Motherfucker.
Oh my god. I'd go to Starbucks and there'd be a dude standing there at the counter and I'd have to, you know, get something for a horse love bitch fiance. And she horse love bitch. And so dude would be standing there, like, he's at the register and I go up to the counter and I'm like looking at him and he looks at me with the shittiest look. He's just like, his eyes are all low, like he's like, ugh. Like, you know, just, and he's got a phone right there on the counter and he's like video chatting with someone, like some girl. And he's like, and he sees me and I'm standing there looking at him, he looks down, he's like, hold on, I'm gonna have to handle a customer really quick. And he like moves the phone, can I help you? And I'm like, motherfucker, like, yeah, can I get this and that? And like, I saw even the
But
way
it's
he did
okay,
it,
but
the
it's hard
laziest possible.
to alleviate the phone situation.
What do you mean?
Like, think about it. Everybody has a fucking smartphone nowadays.
Right.
How is it that you can't control someone being on the phone? Like, think about it. At every job you go to, people are wanting to be on their phone,
Right.
and it's in their pocket.
Yeah.
Don't
Even-
have it on the counter in front of the customers.
But that's
and
what
they
I'm
come up to you,
saying.
video
That
chatting
starts
and be
with
like,
management. That has to, like,
That doesn't
it's,
enforce it.
yeah, like, it's like a parent when they don't discipline their kids, that kid's gonna go act up other places. If the manager or the supervisor or whoever's in charge isn't gonna be like, hey, you didn't get the fuck off your phone and you go the fuck home, then
Sometimes a lot of places aren't managed well, like at the highest level, and so that way these little businesses, like, they're strained. You know what I mean? The manager's probably actually doing all kinds of other shit that they have to do, and that's all they got, and they can't hire people or they can't keep them for one reason or another. So they gotta.
plus
do
you're
this.
getting a lot of the young people.
Yeah.
You're getting young people that really are
Like
just there to
shits.
kind of get a
Dude,
check.
Shit, bunch
Walmart
of bitches.
is getting a bunch of like younger kids, and the other day while I'm shopping there, I asked somebody like, you know, where something is, and this girl looks at me, she's like, "Oh, I don't know where that is," and I'm like,
Well,
and I'm like, how? And then I'm like,
Okay,
how long
someone
have
that
you been
does?
working? Yeah, I'm like, how long have you been working here? She's like, only like 3 months, and I'm like, they need to walk you guys around the store And guys, I get asked a lot. Like, people ask me where stuff is because I merchandise.
Mhm.
I don't have Walmart vest on, nothing. And then the customer gets mad at me. Like, here's one. So I had a guy ask me where the water was. And he starts getting mad because he's like, before, he walks up already angry, and he's like, I've looked over here and I've looked over there. He goes, you guys just move everything around. He's all, where's the water at? We're standing under the sign that says water. So I go like this, and he looks at me and he's like, oh, so you trying to make me look stupid now? And I have to sit there and like just say my stuff in my head because I'm like, I didn't even have to try. Like,
I'm sorry, that was a bit, you fucking walked into it.
Yeah, like you're the one all
Literally.
pissed. I feel like people. I used to work for customer service for AT&T, like over the phone.
Same, Convergence?
Yeah, in Las Cruces.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck are you up to that?
We're all probably in the same room together.
No, I don't know. When'd you work there?
It was like 2010 maybe.
No, I worked there 2012.
It was awesome, I loved it.
I loved it too, man. I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. Whenever I used to work at Converges, I just learned how to not appreciate, but like I said, just understand that it's not their fault that whatever the fuck's wrong with your bill or whatever's going on. That I just was like, chill. I was like, hey, let's get this done thoroughly, quick, preferably thoroughly, and let's just make this happen. And I don't know, because people go in pissed off a lot of times. I'm sure you've gotten pissed off customers that you have no idea why they're mad.
I'm pretty much the reason why they're mad.
I feel like they're mad at something else.
Take it out
And
on you.
they want to take it out on you, but then you make them madder than what they already are sometimes. I've definitely done that.
I'm ruthless when it comes to people that are like, hey man, like this simple shit. I'm just like, you're the fucking contractor. How am I supposed to tell you what the fuck to do?
Dude,
Like, I
I'm
can't tell
bad
you.
too. Like with customers, like if you're being a dick or if you're like just being just dumb as fuck,
Yeah.
like I will call them on it. Like
I
like
swear,
straight
bro.
up. Like
I
whenever
do
they're
that
like,
shit too.
I'm standing there in the deli at Albertsons, right? And there's a register there. Most of the time, there's no one attending the register. We work in the fucking deli. We work with food. They don't let us touch the register. There's no money in it. Whatever. It's not part of our job. You get the cashiers to come over there and do that sometimes, right? Every other time, right in front of the register, is a big ass sign saying, sorry, register's closed. I don't know how many countless fucking people come up to that register and they're like, is this register open? Like they have other food items or stuff from the salad bar. Is this register open? I'm like, is the sign still there? Is it? Yeah, no, it is still. Yeah, sorry, it's closed. And they're like, oh, I didn't see that. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's closed. Yeah. And they're like, a lot of them get pissed, but it's like, fucking look at the thing.
That
you're
is
asking
true.
about.
It's like that fucker yesterday at our food review shit.
Oh,
where
yeah.
that fool didn't see the open sign, and then he wrapped around and he's like, you guys open? And then fucking Todd's like, well, no shit, I'm just fucking sitting out here smoking a cigarette or whatever the fuck.
Nah,
But I don't know.
That shit happens a lot though, bro. Like customers are fucking like, not trying to say all customers, but some customers are fucking idiots, bro. Like it was a holiday, they called and they was like, y'all open? I'm like, did somebody ever answer on a fucking holiday? So I just said, I was like, no, I'm here to answer the fucking phone. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm
but
doing.
they're
Like,
okay. But you
You're all
okay?
just
Hold
making
on.
work.
But in
for that.
all due respect, you gotta be real though too. Are you gonna call before going somewhere that you don't know if they're gonna be open before you go all the way
I'd
over?
rather just go because you maybe see.
Yeah,
another
but what if you
wanna-
waste your
Yeah.
time?
So, all right.
What if you're closed? Now I just wasted my time. I could've gone to Home
I do that
Depot.
shit all the time. I call, just to make sure. But what I do, like, people just don't know how to word shit. You know what I mean? Like, are you open? Like, no. You'd be like, oh, I was just seeing what your guys' hours were.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
okay, yeah,
I get it.
yeah.
I'm just saying, but like, what if I live down south and I'm like, okay, I want to make sure McCoy's is open because, they're probably not. I don't want to have to go all the way to Home Depot or Foxborough or whatever they're called. I'm going to make sure. If your guys are open, I'm going to go right down the street. If not, now I'm going to have to go to Home Depot.
I mean, you're gonna have to drive regardless to the place. If you drive and you see them closed,
Like I
you don't know that. What if
Like
I
I said,
live?
it's
What
like-
if
You're
I live
calling
right
so
by?
you don't drive all the way.
Yes,
over.
that's what I'm saying. Is I'm
we
driving.
live 15 minutes from Walmart.
It doesn't matter, bro.
It's
You don't
so,
want to.
We don't live in Dallas. We don't live in a big city.
Okay, but you don't want to
The
do
other side
something
of
you
town,
don't want to
10 minutes.
you don't want to do extra.
Like-
Like they say, work smarter, not harder.
But at the same time, it's like people are so used to the technology. Just do it
Here.
like a face-to-face like interaction.
Here,
You don't have to
here's
call.
the thing, though.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
That's
That was a
whack.
stupid fucking question because if someone answers the phone, yes, they're open. You
Okay, but if you answer the phone, I just fucking hang up. Then you're gonna be more
No,
mad.
no,
Now
you-
you're
you
mad
ask-
because I
you
just
ask-
fucking hung up on
yes,
you.
could I was wondering if I could.
I
find
get
out
that.
about your hours of operation, so that way you know if you
Yeah,
have
just
enough time.
worded
But not everybody's literate like that. I'm just saying.
We should be.
I'm
Yeah, try harder.
calling in advance, so
Get
either
good.
I'm gonna go south or I'm gonna go north, and maybe I live like I don't know by Roswell High. So instead of going this way, I could just head down Union this way towards Home Depot or whatever.
No, about
I
being
get you're
literate.
telling me, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but yeah, I don't want to have to go out of my way if I don't have to go that way.
I guess it's because I never called a place and like, yo, y'all have this item. I just usually go and I look, and if
Oh,
they don't have
no,
it,
that
who
was
did I-
anyway. If you ask the fucking, that's the thing about you were talking about learning to deal with certain, sales reps. So
Right.
Whenever you work the job, you get a little bit of understanding. Now, if anything, I get more pissed off because I'm like, I know your job, and I know you're not doing it right. You know what I mean? So
That
whenever you
part I
call-
could get
whenever
mad
you call
at.
and you
If-
ask like, "Hey, you guys got this?" Yeah, I know damn well that they're either not gonna look or
Oh my
straight up
God,
tell me that
they
they
don't.
have
They
it.
don't.
And I would
I
go. I would go. I call Walgreens because I don't.
But
'cause
see
I-
that part is being illiterate because it's like, okay, we got smartphones. If you can use your phone even to the basic abilities, you could look on Walmart's website,
No.
anywhere.
Okay.
Sometimes they
hold
don't
on,
have
hold
it, and then stuff. They'll have it on the fucking website, but they won't have it in the store. You know what I mean? You gotta,
Dude, there's times where Target, I looked on Target and they had like these headphones on sale.
Okay,
And I was like, these are like Beats, like the headphones. So
okay,
they were on sale for like $120.
okay,
So that's a good sell
right,
because they were like $300. And I really wanted the rose gold ones.
okay.
And online, I was like fuck, they said they were out. So I told my brother, I'm like, hey, like, you're at Target or something. I was like, can you check it out and see if they're over there? And they were over there. And I bought gold ones online because it said that they were out of stock. And I went to the store and picked up the gold ones and I'm
Fuckers.
like, no. And I'm like, what are
So-
you doing?
I don't know. I got a lot of patience, man.
But
like I said, if I know that they're being stupid because I did your job.
But how do you know,
Because you
man?
know, and
No.
I always
Okay,
call them
I
out. I
can't.
find out.
Let me tell you, I know.
And I let
I
them-
feel like all three of y'all are one-sided as
I know.
fuck right
Here's
now.
the thing.
Fuck no,
Here's
I'm
the thing.
done. Cause I go just do whatever I fucking do. I don't call. I don't fucking
Here's the
ask
thing.
if they have it.
Here's the thing. So my car once was my car currently is indisposed. I'm on my Lamborghinis, right? Like it's quite an arduous task
I got a hood
go to
Gotti,
this,
so
just
hell
go to
yeah.
just go to these stores, right? So I needed this item. I called Walgreens because it was likely they might have it. Do you guys have ginger root? I need ginger root. My dog had parvo. I'm trying to help him, right?
Okay.
They're like, no, we don't have any. And I called that store specifically, and I had a feeling. I was like, these motherfuckers. I know they didn't look. They probably fucking have it. And I go in the store. I walk anyway, and I go in this fucking store, and I look where I think it should be. Sure enough, I fucking found it. I grab it, and I go up to the counter. Hey, I called earlier about ginger root. Were you the one that was on the phone? Oh yeah, that was me. Yeah, we don't have that. I'm like, actually, it's right here. Actually, you guys do carry it. I really need it for my dog. So I'm just letting you guys know it. Next time if someone calls and asks you, you know that you do have it. So you're not mistaken.
But
I'm
see-
blind
but
about it,
see-
but at the same time,
But see
motherfucker,
that
know you
I
can
feel
fuck.
is very
I knew they didn't look.
what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's all appropriate. Like that was completely
Oh,
called
I'm making
for.
it appropriate.
Yeah, like
find
that.
the
That
nicest
I
way
could
to say, "Fuck
understand
you."
that if
You
you,
know what I
went
mean?
and made somebody look stupid,
Yeah.
then yeah, that you're
And
basically
then
showing,
you're a
hey.
dick. You're going down to the level that.
But
you
it
should.
not in your eyes. That's all that should matter. In your eyes, one, you were being polite. Like yes, you were fucking pissed, but you were being somewhat polite about it, and
was
you're
focused.
basically saying, "Hey, bro, or chick, whatever it was." you fucking need to do your job right without saying you need to fucking do your job right.
Exactly.
I can understand that.
Like,
And they
That's
do
why-
that everywhere, guys.
That's why I
Like,
don't call, bro. Just because I know they're not gonna look. I'm like, oh, that's
I've
Oh
seen
yeah,
that.
whenever it comes
No,
to
it's
that,
fucking
then
point.
yeah,
I'm just gonna
when
go
it
do
comes
it.
to
Like,
that-
if I can't find it, fuck it. It's not meant to be.
That's why I'm saying, like, if I know, and so like whenever it comes to asking for an item, if it's there, just don't even bother.
Yeah.
I was gonna say very little have I called to see if they have something, but to call if they're open,
That's
that's,
fine.
Yeah.
a different
That's fine.
story.
no, the calling if
Yeah.
they see, that happens a lot at Walmart. And I used to see this whenever I worked there. When I was 16,
Oh, what's
I
the
would
name?
literally see, like, there was a girl that used to work back there. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh. She goes, you just need to hold it for a little while. She goes, somebody asked if something was there. She's like, I'm just, you know. So it seems like, so I know they do that because I've seen them do that before. And I'm like, this
See,
bitch.
but I wouldn't call
She just holds
Walmart.
it.
I wouldn't call Walmart. It would be more of your
Yeah.
local businesses.
like ours, we get a lot of people that call like, hey, do you have plumbing parts or shit like that?
Mm.
And I'm just like, even then, I'm going to the store and looking for it. I think I'm smarter than the people on the phone, so I'm like, I'm gonna go. look
Well,
for it.
you work there, so you should
I should
kind of
know,
know
so-
what the fuck you
So
got.
I'm thinking like, if I'm a plumber, I'm just gonna go look for it myself. I know exactly what the fuck
yeah,
I'm
but
looking
there's
for.
other places.
Fuck them.
There's always a rule to an exception.
I don't know,
to it.
and
Always an
everybody's
exception.
different. Everybody
Yeah.
is different.
I believe even in your stance, you disagree wholeheartedly with the whole calling about anything.
I actually do go look, like how she said people don't do. I actually go look and see if we have it because
Right. Well,
I-
no, you do your job.
I'm like, fuck, bro. Because
I don't know.
if we do have it and they come in and like, yo, you have this shit, and I'm gonna be like,
He's gonna do what he did.
and I don't want to look like a dumbass, so I'm just like,
Well, no, that's
That's exactly it. That's why I work hard at any job that I've been at, is because I want to cover my ass.
Right,
Ain't
that's
gonna
all
be
you
able
gotta
to tell
make
me
sure for
shit because I'm good. You know what I mean? Like,
You're
all
right.
I gotta say to the fans, if you call my work and you're being a dickhead, I'm not gonna go look. I'm gonna be
no,
like,
and that
we
part
don't
I
have
think
that
We're
shit.
out of it. We're out of it for the next few months, just so you know.
like, y'all sell paint? No, we don't
I
fucking
guess the
sell paint.
message, the
That was a
message
stupid
trying to be relayed here is the fact that people just need to have
Fuck
a little bit
retail.
more patience
Fuck retail.
depends.
on both ends. Whether you're taking the call or you're making the call, both people need to
I
have
definitely
patience.
need more patience.
It's like, okay, you know
Usually why I
what?
get
I'm like,
fired.
I'm
If
good.
you're being polite, I'm gonna take the time out of my busy day right now to go look at least.
I'm actually
You know?
gonna do my job real fast.
Yes, but if on the other end they're fucking being dicks, yeah, just fucking throw the phone down and wait till 5 minutes go by or whatever, and then
Fuck,
fucking come
no,
back.
my boss
Yeah.
will see that shit, be like, why the phone on the hold for 5 minutes, dumbass?
Oh, some dickhead was.
Dickhead was yelling at me
I'm
about
like,
fucking.
oh yeah, I
parts.
forgot it's for you, bro. I do that shit from time to
They asked
time,
for you
bro.
personally.
I'm just saying, like, it goes both ways. So if you're gonna make a call or something, just be a fucking polite. And that's
Come
another
correct.
thing. Because that's the thing. You don't
And that's
know
the
what.
energy too when you come to
Like
the
you
store,
said, you were
motherfuckers.
dealing with stuff outside of work, but you leave it at the door when you go to
Yeah.
work. That's what sucks too. Is if you call and you're being a fucking dick or a bitch. Well, why do you think you're entitled when you don't know if this person's going through something that maybe someone passed away or I don't know, something traumatic happened outside of work and they're dealing with it and you're being an asshole and now you've made their day even worse.
Still with it.
So and vice versa.
Yeah, I do this thing
And
where I
that's-
just deal with it.
and that's vice versa. If you're the employee and I come to you and like, why be shitty to an employee because you don't know what they're dealing with either as a
Yeah.
I've had
customer.
some fucked up customers.
Yeah, no,
So
You
let's
know,
just
guys-
be nicer.
You know, guys, I think it's funny because I get pissed off and I get real mad whenever I get rude customers. But oh my god, do I love watching it happen to somebody else sometimes? Like,
Oh, I can sit there and watch it the whole time. I don't even feel me.
My fucking
Hold on.
coworkers love me because I'm the one getting yelled at 90% of the
dude,
time.
it's just hilarious. Like, okay, there's this guy that comes into Walmart, and
Son of a
it's my
bitch.
favorite. This is my favorite guy
I
to
already
watch
hate him.
because he gets mad at everyone. And he goes in with his mom, pushes her on the cart, and I used to feel bad for the old lady because he was kind of rude with her.
Oh my god.
And he was always like, oh, grab the fucking cart, all this other shit. And I was like, oh my god, this poor old lady. And then he would grab something and she'd smack the shit out of his hand and she's like, you fucking idiot, I told you the other one. And I was all, oh shit. And I was all, never mind, you guys are the same. Now I don't feel bad no more. But
That's
this
too
guy,
funny.
Move your
this
old
guy,
ass.
dude, you would say shit like
You
that.
old bitch.
But, no, there's one
Backing
thing.
it up.
Down.
Dude. So this guy went down our aisle one time, and he goes up to me and he's like, he tries to be a little bit nice. He's like, do you guys have the chocolate covered Twinkies? And I was like, oh, I was like, I actually don't work for Walmart. I was like, I just do the Little Debbie's. And I was like, I just do these ones. And he's like, oh, okay. So he spots a guy who works for Walmart. And he goes, so I'm standing behind this the big dude. He's a big guy. And the Walmart kid, he's like a little skinny, small guy. And that dude goes, hey, you. And then I was like, oh shit. And I was all, it's about to go down. so I'm like watching, and then he goes, he's all, yeah. He goes, do you have the chocolate covered Twinkies? And this kid's like, no, we don't, but we have the banana Twinkies. And I was all, and this guy just lets him have it. And he's like, does it look like I got where I am today because I ate banana Twinkies? And I was like,
Oh shit!
And he started cussing this kid out, and I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie, chocolate Twinkies sound flame.
But he
I
does-
just saying, I would go to Walmart right now and ask one of these fucking employees if they got chocolate covered
I'm just
Twinkies.
gonna start doing that. Just going to Target, and be like, yo, bro, you got chocolate covered Twinkies? Motherfucker, you ain't got chocolate covered Twinkies, really?
dude, that's how
What the
angry he
fuck?
got. That was like the,
What kind of fucking place is this?
but this
I'm
is like
gonna
a
fucking go bankrupt.
6'2", like at least a 400-pound guy. So this guy got like, oh, he just got
I mean,
so
the banana
emotional
would have
over it.
still done the
I
job.
would
Not
have
for
like,
him.
bro, no.
And I was like, but I went like this to this kid. This kid's looking at me, and I'm like, and he's like, he immediately knew that something was about to happen. Once I was like, oh, like I got scared for him because I'm like, you're about to like, you
He's
know.
gonna implode on you right
He should
now.
have just been like, nah,
He's
but
gonna
we got like
turn
carrots.
you into a chocolate covered Twinkie. That's what he was about to do.
Yeah, this guy will like it's like the way him and his mom are with each other. Like they wanted to call security on him for how he was treating his mom, and we're just like, you haven't seen it.
Oh shit, you haven't
She
seen
does
both
too.
sides.
I'm like, I know. I was like, I felt bad at the beginning too. And I was like, but
Trust
then
me,
I
I
heard
was
her.
also mistaken. Like,
Dude,
no.
he'll just leave
There's
her
a
at the
reason to
end
treat her like
of the
that.
aisles. He'll like push the cart and he'll see both of our carts on the sides where we're working. And he's like, well, fuck. He goes, I guess you're staying right here, Mom. He's like, I can't push you down the aisle with both of these things there. And he'll just leave her. And I'm like,
Damn. I'm gonna have to go with
Fucking
this
savage, dude.
That
Yeah.
sounds cool as fuck.
Fucking savage.
You want to come on a podcast with him and his grandma?
Damn, imagine. We better have chocolate covered Twinkies.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I'm bringing the
just
banana
come
one.
back, tell me he'll have some chocolate.
Yeah, we got you, bro. Just come on and yell at your mom, I guess.
They're not
No, y'all better treat y'all's moms right for real. Y'all be talking shit to your mom, I'm gonna fuck
Hey.
you up.
Hey,
If I see that shit at Walmart,
Damn
I'm dying
time.
laughing.
Nah, to all the moms, we love you. Shit. I ain't
Happy
trouble.
Mother's Day. Wait,
It's all-
what?
not for a minute.
Hey, I'm gonna say though, like straight up, like yes, of course, that is a good rule of thumb. You know what I mean? But ooh, you know,
What?
there's always an exception. Always an exception.
What do you mean?
There's some just shitty mothers out there.
No.
That's
Yeah,
true.
bro.
I
Shitty
mean,
moms.
Horse-lip bitch. That's
Horse-lip
Okay.
That's perfect example.
bitch.
what makes a shitty mom?
If you don't give a fuck about your kid, straight up, you just hate your kid, but you're
Potting
like,
them off on the grandparents.
or and yeah, and like straight
Doing
up,
drugs around
straight up
kids and
telling
stuff like
them that
too.
you hate them, you wish they were fucking, that they aborted your ass, that they never wanted a kid, you were an
Damn.
accident.
Damn, I not ran
happens.
into these moms.
That happens.
I
They
would-
exist, and they have existed, since time
This
immemorial.
is a Housewives of
They've been
Bronzo
around.
right here.
They've been mothers, they've been shitty mothers.
Oh my god. Any of you fucking moms out there?
Y'all,
We're
flipping the script.
Hold on.
Hold on,
okay.
kids. Your mom's like, damn, you better
You better
fuck.
call her a horse-lip bitch.
Nah, but for real, be nice to your mom. If she
Yeah.
sucks, still
Tell
be
her.
nice to her.
Yeah,
Just be nice to her.
Let her know she sucks.
And remember, it's not your fault that your mom sucks. Like,
But
it's
it's
not your
Oh,
fault.
yeah,
Hold on, we get way the fuck off track.
nah, hell no. Them kids
We're all talking about
are
moms. Okay, it don't matter. It don't matter.
I
I don't
mean,
give a fuck.
yeah. If you're gonna have kids, man, like
I did.
either have them adopted or take the fuck care of them. That's your fault. They didn't ask to exist. Now they gotta go do all kinds of shit just to survive.
Yeah,
Don't fucking.
And you know what? Since we're talking about moms, let's talk about dads too, because there's some shitty dads
Oh.
too.
there's no
both.
such thing
There's
as a shitty
both.
dad. Hold up.
I'll be honest, I
around,
feel like
yes.
there's
There's
more
no-
shitty dads than moms.
Nah, man,
No.
don't do no wrong. I don't know what
There's
y'all
a
are
lot
talking
of- there's a
about.
lot of shitty
No,
people.
I actually kind of agree.
They're just
I
shitty
agree with that.
Yeah,
Hey, we're like taking it There's a lot more genders than male and female, bro. Y'all are
I'm
fucked.
just
Y'all,
saying.
there's a lot more.
I
y'all
just
are
think
fucked up.
when it comes down to it, I feel like there's a lot
Wait,
more
no.
single moms
That's
than
true.
there are single dads.
Yeah.
Yes, and
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
That's why I'm saying like it's least common for them to be a shitty dad because like either either you're not there because most of them just aren't there.
Right.
Yeah, that makes them shitty
But
already.
If you're there,
But if they're a
if you're a
shitty
dad,
transgender.
then most of the time you're trying.
It just sucks
But if they're
because
both-
the
What
only
if they
the
were
only
male
person
and female.
the only person or people that end up being hurt are the
A
kids.
shitty mom and a dad. All in one.
Oh,
Only
yeah.
one.
Oh,
There's,
shit.
there's a tranny dog. There's
Yeah, I'm after that. Yeah,
Oh fuck.
yeah, mom into that.
That's
You guys having kids better be
And
stepping
if
it
they're
up.
shitty,
man.
oh, the devil sucks.
Shout out to Trojan for sponsoring this. I'm just like,
Yes. Wrap it up. How
For
about be
real.
more careful?
Do y'all have kids?
Did it?
Yes, I have two, and I was about to say that.
Oh,
Kids
no.
are
I
assholes
think-
too. No, dude, kids are assholes too. Like,
I was like,
let's. Oh, no.
Okay, but okay, this is how we're gonna end this.
All right.
On a positive note, y'all both have kids, right?
I've had one. He passed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm very
Yeah,
sorry to hear
it
that.
happens.
Okay, we're gonna end this on a positive note. I still want you to give advice, though, too.
So I was like, I've been a dad plenty of times.
Typically,
though. Like how to
typically,
raise
Fuck.
kids.
typically,
What?
parents that we have on the podcast, we end with this question. So, as a mom, we would like you to. How old are your kids again?
I have a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Okay, with your adult permission and supervision, they'll be able to watch this video someday. And I want you to give them a bit of advice that you want them to take for the rest of their lives.
Oh,
And you too as well. What advice would you give your kids? One at a time, kids.
you go first.
Me? Alright. Well, you explain to them about the time we have on this earth. You know, we're all gonna die. Some sooner than others. You know, you never know how long you have. We have two spiritual currencies in this life: time and attention. What you spend time on, what you pay attention to, will determine what you will yield in return. And everybody wants some of that time. You might have a lot of friends. Be careful with your time. Be careful with your attention, because that's all you really got, and that's going to determine what kind of person you're going to be. That's it.
Nice. Good advice.
You only have so much too. You only got so much time. And only so many hours in a day. Everybody's vying for that, and so whenever you divvy that up, people are going to get upset. They're going to get hurt. You got to be careful. Treat people right. Be a good person.
There you go.
That is nice. And I'm like, now I have to think of something. All right, now, I don't know. I hope that my kids grow up in a better place than we did. Like, I'm really hoping that things get better with the whole, like, bullying and stuff like that. We started at the beginning of the video talking about suicide and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm here because of my kids. Like, that was my whole thing. Like, I had to do better for them. I'm still trying to. But, you know, I hope my kids do better than I did. And I
Right.
hope that, they're happier. They don't have to deal with bullying. They don't have to deal with anxiety, depression, stuff like that. And, maybe that'll start coming up again. Everybody's showing the
You gotta
love.
let
And,
them know that they gotta help make this.
yeah, and that's
world a
another thing
better
too.
place.
Like, I try to tell my kids whenever, like, my daughter goes to school, soon the other one will, but I tell my daughter, if you see, like, kids sitting by themselves, go sit with them. Like, don't let everybody make somebody feel left out. Like, I've had stuff like that whenever I went to school. I always saw kids like that and stuff, and I would always go and try to be their friend.
Same.
And I tell my kids that too, and I'm like, don't make anyone feel left out. Don't pick on anyone. Be a better person. And I try to put that to my kids because I go to my daughter's school and I see stuff like that. Like, kids trying to pick on each other or hear about it. And I just tell my kids, like, try to be a good person, don't do these shitty things that,
Show love to others.
happens a lot. Yeah.
Golden rule.
That
Treat
is the
them how you
golden
wanna be
rule.
treated.
Just exactly. Treat others the way you want to be treated. That's how I was brought up.
I just want my kids to, learn from our mistakes sometimes. We don't always treat people how we should. But
Tell 'em.
I try to. I've always tried to.
You gotta tell them to listen though, because they don't ever listen.
I
I don't listen. My parents try to stop me from they're like, son, I've done that before. Like, I'm trying to prevent you from experiencing that.
Oh, that's what we
I
talk about all the time.
I like to learn the hard way.
Our
so
parents know best.
They
So
do.
listen to your parents.
fucking listen.
Hey,
They
and
know.
listen to your parents when they say you have a bad friend.
That's
Your
true.
parents
We've said
know.
that
We've
before,
said that
Your
too.
parents know that you have a bad friend because my mom always knew.
My mom always knew.
My mom always knew when
I
I
didn't have
had a
any
bad
bad
friend.
friends.
Now I have no friends.
I have Al.
I have my brother.
I have
Damn,
friends.
that's a shitty friend.
I don't have friends. I have friends.
No, I have
I'm just
lots
kidding.
and
I have-
lots of
yeah, I'm like, I have-
frenemies. Like,
Oh yeah.
I am the person that my parents warned me about, so like, I'm probably the worst of all my friends, so it's all good.
That's what I say too.
Yeah, we know demons.
It happens. You guys, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Share, like, subscribe. Show some love to our guest today. Show some love, period. Make somebody smile.
Show me love by cash apping me.
Anyway, on that note, till next time, Beer Bros out. Peace.
Hopefully.
Laters.